Hi and welcome. I'm Sandy of Lolly and Sand, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ontario, Canada, and to be more specific, in the Niagara region. If you're joining me for the first time, definitely don't be shy. Get in and say hi, and you can say where you're from. You don't have to be specific. You can say Canada, or you can say Manitoba, or US, or whatever you want to say. I also want to invite you to like, share, and comment, etc., 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 my video, because you may have friends that might like to see a card making tutorial, and that's what we're doing tonight. I do want to remind you, oh my goodness, it's August. How is it August? I think I've only been in a pool twice this year and not in a lake yet. I know, hard to believe. But it is August, and from August 1st to 31st is when you redeem your bonus days coupons that you earned in July. The other thing I want to tell you before we get started is that there is a kit special happening right now, and they are 10 to 30% off. What? They are. So the really cool thing about kits is, I mean, I go for all-inclusive, so look for all-inclusive, which make a gorgeous Christmas gift. If you want to save money on Christmas, start now. I already have my first Christmas gift already purchased. Hard to believe, but what can I say? So yeah, with the kits on sale, I do think you should take a look. For people that you know that either don't have a lot of space or say, I don't want to have as much stuff as you, the kits are perfect. I think that would just be an absolutely wonderful gift that the person gets to make. So it's kind of like a gift with a gift inside. You get to make it. Alrighty, I think that's everything for now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera and get started right away. I'm excited about this card. Now, I figured out that I do not have to put my hand over the lens, but you do have to look at my ugly ceiling. Sorry about that. I will move you closer and turn that around. Well, isn't that much better than looking at my hand? Let's get everything nice and get the lighting over here. There we go. All right. So a couple of things that we're doing tonight. I'm actually using a whole plethora of products. If you don't have the exact same products, do not worry about it. Okay. You might not have the stamps that I use, but you've got inks. You know, you can use those. And I'm just going to double check that Facebook's actually working. And I'm actually, you know what else? I want to fix this a little bit more. Can I lift this up so it's there, a little straighter? Then you're not looking on such an angle. And if I get that in further, I think we're good. Alrighty. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to stamp, and I'm using this cute little flower. I don't know what it is. Maybe once I've stamped it, you can tell me what kind it is, because I'm not the flower girl, you know. Hello, Elsie. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, I know you're there. You just have to say hello. All right, so this is from Timeless Arrangements, and if you're not familiar with the set, it has a ton of stamps. Let's get the glare out of that. Plus, we're using this. I've used this and this and this and this on previous cards. With all these sentiments, you can't go wrong. Anyway, so that's that. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing here, which is going to stamp. Now, I did try stamping in Pebble Path and then using my blends, but it wasn't as good. And I just found, maybe it was me, I didn't wait long enough for the ink to dry. So I'm going to stamp once, twice, and I always like to have a third one just in case. And if I don't use it, I put it in my box of treasures for cards that I could make after the fact. So let's put that away. Look, no inky fingers. Store your memento upside down so the ink stays at the top. Okie dokie. Hello, Kathy Jean. Welcome, welcome. Okay, you would have to know that I already have these stamped. Not colored, but they are stamped and they are cut out. They're really tiny. And I may need my magnifying glass, but I don't know. So I'm going to do my very best to not need it. All right, first thing. Well, this is the second thing, actually. What do I have here? The dark moody mauve. Okay, this is the dark moody mauve. We're not blending anything. Alrighty. And oh, wait. I was going to actually use the brush end because it's a little bit softer. Softer than I call it the bullet end. All right, I don't want to color the entire flower. If I did, well, I would do it differently. So I want to see lots of white. So I'm going really, really lightly, and I'm barely touching the paper. I would like to stay inside the lines. If I happen to go over here, well, I have two others, don't I? That's all I want. I just want, oh, maybe where that little black line is there. Just a little bit, so we do all three. See how quick that is? So with Stampin' Blends, don't be afraid of them. You don't have to blend. They blend beautifully. But if you're doing something small like this, there's really no blending required. I see a little dot there that I've made. Thankfully not this week. Next week, the week after, I have an eye appointment, and that should shed some light on my eyes. Oh, and very exciting news. My wonky ear, the ear that doesn't hear very well for whatever reason, other than too many concerts when I was younger, I have my one hearing aid in. Still going through growing pains with it. Lots of buzzing and weird noises. And there we go. So I'll show them to you a little closer, because probably that little thing doesn't look like much down there. That was it. You know me. I like my white space. That's what we're going for. So I'm going to just set those aside. We are going to use some of them and bring out my next piece of paper. Now, this is not the size, thus I won't be giving you the measurements right now. This is the basic white paper, just the thin. Hello, Bea. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to kind of line it up in case I have to lift and go. Now, I just used it and I cleaned it a little bit. I didn't have the right cloth. Just use a nice soft cloth and don't go at it. This is, you don't want to get in there and you don't want to wreck it. Moody Mauve ink opens like a compact. And oh, remember last week when I said I had a friend here? She was like, how do I open these? And I keep thinking, I should be telling people how you open these. Now this is, you might have missed it in the catalog. Usually the decorative masks are black. But this time they're white, so I missed them the first time around, and these just arrived last week, just in time for me to get making my card for this week. Let me just get the exact name of these. 4 Square Decorative Masks, page 136. And you get 5, which I think is pretty good. So with this is my blending brush. Now we're not blending. I just want to get a bunch of that ink off. So I want something that looks really soft. If you feel better about using some tape that will come off, like a painter's tape or something, go for it. Now, I do not want to cover this entire page. And I'm also going very light. I can add more. I cannot take away. Now, the cool thing about this, because I haven't taken it down, isn't that pretty? So you automatically, I'm getting darker lines where I've gone over them a couple times. I think I will go down to the corner, move my finger so I can get in there. You might get inky hands, so if you don't like getting inky hands, then you may want to use some kind of masking. All right, a couple of little darker spots are fine with me, and off we go. Isn't that pretty? Now you're saying, Sandy, I can see a line there. Remember the part where I said this is not the size that I'm going to be using? Okay, let's close this up. Okay, so to close it, I always use my fingernails and pull back, and the snap, that's what you want to hear. You know it's closed. All right, let's bring in the trimmer, and we'll get rid of that paper. Oakley dokley. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this, I'll give you the card base in a sec, but I'm going to make this 4 1/8. Oh, shocking. It just sounds like my usual. 4 1/8. And I shouldn't have to do the bottom because that looks good. So I'll take I like the top. I am going to take it off the bottom by 5 3/8. That looked like an awful lot. Oh, you know why? Because this wasn't a regular piece. Now, you know what? I just noticed this is really cute, and that could go on the inside of the card. A card. Maybe not this card. but a card. Alrighty. Loving the look. With decorative masks, I know shockingly you're going to say, what? You're not going to dry emboss anything, and you are correct. All right, so let's bring some more pieces out, and I'm going to bring out the base because I think I'll just attach it right away. So to have this fit with that nice thin border, come on. Well, I will glue that on. This is 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. And oh, just go around in a circle. They're here. I have, I think, 3 bone folders on here from when I did in-person classes. There we go. Okay, let's glue that on with my liquid Tombow. Now, the other thing is, I realized when my friend was here last week, is that I tend to just go, okay, just squeeze it a little bit and go like this, this, and this. But what I forgot to tell her is try to get into the corners a little bit. You know, so you don't want your corners curling up. Now, you don't want the ink gushing out either. All right, we are not going to make this card upside down. So checked it. Oh, and I was going to say, stay around to the end because I made 2 more cards using this. Now, this is one of the new ink colors, the 2023 to 2025 ink colors. My Positive Inkers blog hop / Instagram hop happened today, and the theme was, well, I think I said that, was new ink colors. So I have 2 other cards using different ink colors. So it's going to look really pretty. All right, here's our bits and pieces, and I kind of had to go here and there. So this is Moody Mauve, and the sentiment, I'm going to bring up the stamp set because it makes more sense when you see it, because you'll know that you've seen it. Sending Smiles, and it's right there. Now, the Timeless Arrangements has a really nice die in it. Do we have those handy? I don't know. Nope. Okay, we don't. But that's okay. It has a really nice die in it, but I thought I was going to put ribbon through here. So I wanted to use the tailor-made tags. I think that's what they're called. I do believe so. Oh. Just double checking. Tailor-made tags. All right. And that's heat embossed with the sentiment from the Sending Smiles. Okay. This is not from Timeless Arrangements. This is from, let me think. I better look. Textured Floral. We also have, now this is all from Timeless Arrangement dies. That's Pebble Path. This is Pebble Path. And this paper is called More Dazzle. And considering I was using a gray, a pebbled path, I thought I better put something sparkly on just for the heck of it, you know. Now this is also Pebbled Path, and this is cut with the medium-sized stylish shape dies, and I thought that looked too plain, so I brought in, this is the cutest. I love polka dots anyway. What's the name of this paper? Vellum Basics. So you get this and a kind of a leafy looking pattern and stripes that go on an angle. What I found is, and I'm going to show you, I believe you can't really see that. I can't see it, and I'm right here. Wait, keep that in. So I believe you need to use something darker underneath. Now, I already had the Moody Mauve, so you can see how pretty that looks. So I thought we'll leave it like that. Now, do I have it handy? Yes, I have my stamp and seal here. And I'm, let me think. Maybe before I put that on, I better be making some decisions. Okay, I was looking for which was the top side, and I can feel the, when the die goes through and it makes it, you can probably hear that kind of scratchy. I better not, I put a tiny little bit there, so it might stick a bit. I'm going to put this about here. I don't usually like to see the bottom of the stem, so something like a tag will cover it up. This I'm going to use upside down. It should fit right in there. And then this one I'm going to use right side up. Now you can just stack these, just glue those together. So I think that's probably what we will do. there's my glue. I was going to say, as soon as I find my glue, we will do that. I don't know how sparkly this looks on the, for you, but it's really sparkly. It's really, really pretty. You have to have some kind of jazz on the cards, you know? Okay, that's stuck together. I wasn't really sure how well that would stay together, but it's doing really, really well. So we'll leave it at that. All right. Behind this, I'm not forgetting the ribbon. I am not forgetting the ribbon. For just a little bit more, a little something, something, I wanted to use the glittered organdy ribbon. And if you can't find it in the catalog, there's a reason for this, which is it's not in the catalog. You will find this under, then online exclusives. You'll find it there. So, and you know what I liked about it? I don't know if you can see, if I turn that a bit, you can see there's a bit of pink in here. It just happens to go, as far as I'm concerned, go with this. So what I want is I want a little bit over the end here and a little bit over here. So let me grab the scissors. And I'm just going to cut that a little bit longer. Not too much longer because I still haven't ordered. That's the end of the roll. I still haven't ordered it. All right, now I can bring in my Stampin' Seal. So I am going to pop up. Come on. Are we at the end of the roll? I hope not. I think I might have grabbed the wrong one. We'll find out. Oh, no, there it is. There. And again, it's so sticky. These were, and I'm going to fan them just a little bit. Actually, I think I'll put the longer one on the bottom. Now, if I was using my silicone mat like I should be, this would be a whole lot easier. Okay, we'll do that. I may have to put a glue dot in here. So glue dot and take your pick tool. So let's just get that to hold together. Alrighty, so we have a little bit on this end that I can still move it. I can still pick that up. It's really sticky, but I can pick it up and move it just a little bit so it's down a bit. Or you know what? Here's the troublemaker right here. That one can go that way. There we go. Now I'm noticing this silvery, or the more dazzle paper does shed a tiny bit. Not anything that's like too scary and you're going to be angry with it or anything. Okay, so that'll go there. So it's coming together. I think now I should be able to. I have a little tiny bit right there. I'm just going to continue that line right across. And that will hold this little bit in place. Everybody's staying put on this card. Wait a minute, that's not right. Phew. My grandson says that all the time. Wait a minute. So I think we're both saying the same thing. All right, so then this will cover this up. You're not going to see it. And then this little bit's going to slide in right here. So let's see. I think I'll glue this down first. I hope you're liking the card, by the way. I was going to ask you, because I do a lot of the die cutting ahead of time, what your preference is. I mean, I can do everything start to finish. I can die cut in front of you. I can do all the stamping and so on in front of you. Or I can make it quicker and just show you the, I have to get rid of some of this glue. I can just show you how it all came together and just give you the details. So I would like to hear from you as to what you prefer. Like, I can go right to cutting the paper. It will make my videos longer because, you know, I don't do anything fast as it turns out. I don't even eat fast. I'm really, really slow. But I hear that's better for digestion. So, you know, there we go. All right, I'm going to use a glue dot. And again, it's going to get real sticky real fast. Go about there or there. There. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. How often does that happen? Like a lot. I don't know if anyone has, if you're following my my business page, my Facebook business page, my Lolly and Sand, you'll have seen the pictures from that when I went to Port Weller with my son. You know what? I'm going to lob some of this off. Looks like it's a little bit too long. I don't know if he has some kind of step thing on his phone or what it is, or, you know, I probably do too, because we have the same phone. I just never looked. And I thought I was going to die. Okay, quite honestly, I thought I was going to die. I thought, there is no way I'm going to make it. It was so ridiculously hot. I got sunburned. I don't go in the sun. I don't. My nose is still a little tiny bit red. Nothing too bad. I can actually just go right about. Actually, you know what I did is I put that down a little bit early. That's okay, because the sentiment will cover anything you don't want will be covered by this sentiment. Anyway, so he has a stepper on his phone, and we're partway back, and I'm like, you, person who's half my age, walk slower so I can keep up, and because I'm going to die, and yeah, walk slower. And he says to me, you know, I just looked at my phone, and like we're only like not halfway back, maybe, I don't even know, because I don't know, we're not back until we see the parking lot. Anyway, he says, we've already done 7,400 steps. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I like Port Dalhousie better, because it's right there. Now, Elsie can tell me, is Port Weller considered St. Catharines, or is it like another? I really don't know. And I was trying to find it, and I kind of gave up. But it was a lovely, I bet that hike would have been gorgeous in the fall. There were so much beauty. You know how I don't usually put this on top of the ribbon? I don't really have much choice. I am going to put it on top of the ribbon and put that one. Something's going to hold. Anyway, it was lovely. It was just too hot. I know, stop complaining about the heat. But in case you weren't sure, I do like the cooler weather better. Now, I maybe shouldn't have put that on yet. We'll find out, because, oh, hang on. We need our Wink of Stella. Now, I keep pulling the lids off and pulling the whole 9 yards off. I'm just going to use a little Wink of Stella. I think this is my brand new one. And I'm just going to, I'm doing the whole flower. Just going to lay a little bit of sparkle there, which I know doesn't show up. But it looks really pretty. So if you haven't tried Wink of Stella, oh, you need to. All right. Now, I know this is too long. I'm going to put this right through here. Okay, and I might have done that all too tight, so we're going to find out. You live in Port Weller. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I didn't get to see any of the town, because as soon as we were done, and I was pretty sure I was going to live, we left. I was going to go in, I said to my son, I realize I'm fully dressed, well, shorts and a top, but I'm going to go into that lake. Sunset Beach. I don't know what beach was what. There was here at Lake Ontario. We went way out here. Could not see Toronto. And then there was a bunch of boats. And then as we walked back, there was a parking lot. And then there was people at the beach. But by the time we got back, there were geese in the water. And I'm like, no, we are not swimming together. And sometimes geese could be a little friendlier. Quite frankly, they're a little territorial. Oh, yes. All right, so I put a glue dot behind there, and I'm just having that put out. I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but it's really pretty. All right, now I'm going to take the whole 9 yards and use a little more glue than usual. I know. Who is this girl? I know. And then we're going to put that on the front of the card. Now, making sure that this doesn't hang over the edge and this doesn't hang over the edge. And, you know, I'm not aiming for center, because that just solves a whole lot of problems when you're not aiming for center. So let me just take a look at it this direction. Alrighty, we have that and that. We are so getting there. I'm going to do the inside, then we're going to finish embellishing the front. Alrighty, inside piece. Here you are. So if I've measured correctly, this is the actual same size, or actually, I should say, this is the same size as the front. So we always take a little check. And it is. So that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I'm not going to go crazy with the glue. The reason I could on that is because it's a layer, and it's not going to show through on the inside of the card. I mean, I have a, whoop, oh my goodness. drive straight. All right, get the glue off the card. All right. Oh, I thought it was just a little sparkle. We'll survive it. Alrighty. Boop. And down we go. Take a little check. Now, you know we have 2 extra flowers. So I think what I'll do, I think I will leave the end on this time. It's a little hard to glue, but we're pretty brave. Well, it is nice to know, you know, Elsie, that I was in your neck of the woods. I didn't know it. But once we were there and I had a bench and was sitting down, I got to like look at all the birds. There was a lot of cormorants. I'm not sure I'm saying it right. A lot of that and a lot of different kinds of ducks and different birds swooping around and a ton of seagulls. They got really angry when I sat down not too far from them. They had a lot to say, let's put it that way. So I just chimed in and just talked right back to them. Why not? Okay, I am going to give this one some sparkle too. So you put the sparkle in the front, you have to do it on the inside. And since I did not color the leaves, I might as well put a little bit there too. All right, let's let that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a little piece of paper in between this one, to be exact, just so the Winkacella, because it's not dry, so it doesn't go onto the card. So finally, I have a card where I can use my ink color. So these are the new ink colors, glossy dots. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Now you can tell I like the small ones, but I have to use the big ones too. So I'll use the medium. I'm not quite ready to use the big ones. I have not graduated that far. But look at how that just, you know, and you know what my favorites are. Anybody know what my favorites are? Yes. I use a lot of basic rhinestones because I love them. However, these are just absolutely perfect. So everything, I think I need to put something else under there, and I will. It's not difficult. If you find you have a wobbly piece, it's really simple. I might as well give you this tip because I'll probably be fixing this later. I would just take little pieces like that, open it up, take both sides off. Now, this is going to require something like take your pick tool. My scissors, they probably work to get this off my finger. Okay, it's extra sticky right now. Just go under, I place it right on the piece, then we wiggle our way out. Ta-da! Alrighty, so that, my friends, is the card that I have put on my blog, and I have put, hang on, close it, I know, close it, Sandy, and I put on my, on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I am Lolly and Sand. I was just wondering if that would go there. See, I'd want to cut that little end off. I don't dislike it, but I'm not going to do it right now. Okay, let's clean up just a little bit. I have one flower still for another card. Excellente. Excellent. Alrighty. Cleaning up just a bit. There's my card. Thank you. Oh, you're not too kind. Okay, now this one, I know I'm showing you the back first. This is the wild wheat card that they keep calling, including the CEO, baby poop. But you know what? It's a really beautiful color. And I used one of the other decorative masks here. And then I had just the, is it called wild wheat and pebbled path? Needed a little bit of white. And then here's the stripy version of this paper. So I use Sending Smiles again, and that's the same birthday wishes. It just doesn't look the same. So that's card number 2. Did I do the inside? But it's plain. Okay. Now this one, I'm moving this over here. This copper clay, as you know, holy macaroni. Beautiful. Now I have to think of this. Well, let's go with this. Here's the dots again, but in square. This is another decorative mask. I'm going to hold that nice and still. You'll notice you see tree rings, and that's because I use the, I'm going to call it the tree ring. It's 3D for sure. Tree ring embossing folder to make all of these lines in here. Measurements are exactly the same. This one just happens to have 2 layers. So the pebbled path and then basic white. And this one I also used the, I forget if that was from Timeless Arrangements or if it was from Textured Floral. But one or the other, I will look it up. And then this, I forgot to write down. It's from another stamp set that's been around for a while. And it's in my head, and it might even be Textured Floral. That looks like it's crooked on there. And I used more of the glossy dots there. And I actually used them on all 3 cards. The Pebbled Path, the Copper Clay, and that. So, whew, there we go. This one I like. I don't love. So I'd love to hear, do you like it? Love it? Is it like a 5 out of 10? These 2, absolutely love. And I think actually this might be my favorite. This is, by the way, linen thread. I just wrapped it around and tied it because I felt like I had to have something down here. I think that's it. I do believe it is. Oh, did I do the inside? Oh, I did. Oh, hang on. I did do the inside, and I thought, because you can write right on top of this. This is the same matte decorative, 4-square decorative mask, and I just did a little bit inside, so each card's a little bit different. I will be posting these this week. I will be posting the link to Instagram and my blog in case you wanted to read that and check out the other ladies from our design team. If you would like to do that, that would be wonderful. All new ink colors, my friends. Whew, I feel like all I've done is talk. I think I have only talked. I've done a lot of talking. Thank you for your kind comments. I will look later. You know me, I get very distracted. Ooh, shiny. So I'm going to let you go. I thank you so much for your comments. I thank you for your shares. If you're watching the replay, you can just use #replay and I will see it. If you're watching on YouTube, do be sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you happen to pop over to my blog, you can also sign up for my newsletter because I have one going out tonight, as a matter of fact. Well, hopefully tonight. I may need a little bit more. Actually, you know what? I do need a little bit more. How dare you stick up? So anyway, the video is technically over. Sandy has to do a little bit of fixing. This happens, you know, and I figure you might as well just be real about it. Yes, you have a great night and week as well. I'm loving this cooler weather. Actually digging it. I mean, if I was in a pool, I'd like it warmer, but hey, it isn't. So this time I'm going to use my fingers. Go right underneath the flower and push that down. And that is going to be so much better because it's going to stay in place. These are okay to be up. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. I will see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.